Hey everyone! So we are back again for Teen Wolf Season 3 Episode 5 called Frayed. Now this is a different kind of episode. It's very flashbacky and we kind of figure out what's been happening through all these flashbacks. As usual, we'll have recap, likes, dislikes, and looking forward. So, let's get started. Start the episode with Scott, Styles, Isaac, Boyd, and Ethan, I think, and Danny on the bus going to a cross-country meet, and we also have Allison and Lydia following them in the car for unknown reasons that we know right now. We know that Scott is super hurt and he's not healing because it was from an alpha attack. We also find out from Scott that Derek is dead. So in one of the flashbacks I told you about, we have Allison and Scott kind of having a moment of Scott trying to keep Allison away from everything. And we also find out that a bunch of our werewolves, minus Isaac, are trying to gang up and kill Deucalion. Next we have Peter and Cora having a moment trying to figure out if they can trust each other, which is kind of interesting since they are uncle and niece. We have Boyd also trying to pull something, trying to attack one of the alphas on the bus, and Scott stops him. We have Styles and Danny kind of having a flirty kind of texting montage, trying to figure out what Ethan is looking at and waiting for on his phone. Finally figure out that one of the alphas is hurt, and right when we figure out that he's going to survive, Deucalion kills him, which is mean. We have Styles getting the bus to stop to try and help Scott by getting a kid to throw up, which is kind of funny. And we know that Scott is really hurt, but Lydia kind of figures out that it could all be in his head because he thinks that it's his fault that Derek dies. So next we have Allison trying to stitch him up, and she cries and she kind of has to pull herself together, and she even psychologically, I think, brings her mom into it and her mom tells her to calm down and try and just pull herself together. So that works, and she stitches them all up. Next we have the attack on the alphas eventually happens in the past, of course, and we see it through the flashbacks, and we have Scott and Isaac arriving together, and basically all hell breaks loose because all the other werewolves are still there, and we figure out that Derek and the other alpha, the male alpha, die. So back to the school bus. We have Scott stopping Isaac from killing Ethan, very alpha-like, which is very interesting. And it's already been twice this season in the last couple episodes that Scott has had to calm down Isaac, which I think is trying to foreshadow something, hopefully. Lastly, we find out that Derek is not dead, and he actually goes to the teacher that he saved to hopefully save him. For likes, I have the cool way that they played this episode, that they did a lot of flashbacks and they had it kind of more mysterious than before. And also Allison and her mom, that scene was really interesting. I thought it really kind of showed how her mom is still with her and still part of her. Dislikes for this episode are the way that they played this episode. Even though I did like all the flashbacks, it was kind of choppy, I thought, at some points. And some points it was really good. So it's just kind of a pro and con to this episode. Looking forward, we have episode 6 called Motel, California, and from the trailer that I'm going to put in the description, not right here, in the description, it looks super scary, super scary, and I cannot wait for it to come. So hopefully I will see you guys next week.